What if I told you that some of the world's most expensive air defense systems are struggling against drones that cost less than a used car? For decades, NATO built its military doctrine around air superiority, advanced fighter jets, multi-layered missile shields, radar systems that can detect threats hundreds of miles away. Billions upon billions invested to make sure no enemy aircraft could dominate the skies. But on today's battlefield, something unexpected is happening. Small, cheap, explosive drones are slipping through these defenses, and in some cases, overwhelming them completely. So how is this possible? How can relatively low-cost Russian drones challenge systems like Patriot NASAMS, IRIS-T, and other NATO standard defenses? Let's break it down. First, we need to understand one key shift in modern warfare: cost imbalance. A single advanced air defense missile can cost anywhere from $400,000 to over $4 million per interceptor. That's just one shot. Now compare that to some of the drones being used. Many long-range attack drones cost a fraction of that, sometimes estimated between $20,000 and $50,000, some even less. That means if a drone forces a defense system to fire a missile, the defender could be spending 10, 20, even 50 times more money to shoot it down. And that's exactly the point. This isn't just about technology, it's about economics. If you launch one drone, it might get shot down. But if you launch 20, or 50, or 100 in coordinated waves, now you're forcing air defenses to make impossible choices for high-value threats. Fighter jets, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles. They're optimized to detect fast-moving, high-altitude targets. But drones fly low, slow, often made with materials that reduce radar visibility. Some follow pre-programmed routes that hug terrain, making them harder to detect. This creates gaps, and those gaps are where saturation tactics come in. Russian forces have increasingly used swarm-style attacks, sending multiple drones at once, sometimes mixed with cruise missiles. The goal isn't just destruction, it's exhaustion. Overwhelm radar operators, drain missile stockpiles, force systems to reveal their locations. And once air defense systems fire, their radar signatures can be detected and targeted later. This is a cat-and-mouse game. Another factor: layered complexity. NATO-style air defense works best when fully integrated, multiple systems sharing data, overlapping coverage, constant communication. But in real combat conditions, integration isn't always perfect. Systems may be stationed in different locations. Some areas may have limited coverage. Some radars may be turned off to avoid being targeted. Drones exploit those inconsistencies. And then there's the psychological factor. Imagine hearing air raid sirens night after night. You don't know which drone is real, which one is a decoy, which one carries explosives. Defenders must treat every incoming object as a potential threat. Even a small, cheap drone can force an entire city to shut down power grids, scramble defense crews, and fire high-value interceptors. That's strategic leverage. But here's the critical part. It's not that NATO air defenses are failing. In many cases, interception rates remain high. The real shift is that the battlefield has changed. Air defense systems were built for Cold War-style threats. Massive aircraft formations, high-speed missiles, predictable trajectories. Today's drone warfare is asymmetric. Low altitude, slow speed, mass production, swarm tactics, electronic warfare support. Some drones even change routes mid-flight or attempt to confuse radar with erratic paths. And as drone technology improves, with better navigation systems, AI-assisted targeting, and electronic countermeasures, the challenge grows. But there's another dimension to this story: adaptation. NATO countries are responding. Rapid-fire anti-aircraft guns are being reintroduced. Mobile short-range systems are being upgraded. Electronic jamming technologies are being expanded. Even laser-based defenses are being tested to reduce per-shot costs, because ultimately, the problem isn't stopping one drone. It's stopping hundreds cheaply. Modern warfare is increasingly about sustainability. Who can produce more? Who can adapt faster? Who can maintain stockpiles longer? Drones are changing the math. They don't need to win every time. They just need to keep coming. default tech. And that forces a rethinking of air defense strategy worldwide. So are Russian drones beating NATO air defense systems? Not exactly, but they are exposing weaknesses. They are proving that quantity can challenge quality. And they are accelerating a global shift toward cheaper, smarter, more scalable defense solutions. The age of the billion-dollar missile system isn't over, but the era of the $30,000 drone has undeniably arrived, and the battlefield will never be the same. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to GM News,